Okay, Danielle, can we see the invoice list, please? The agencies use this feature to invoice jobs to the state, to add jobs to an existing invoice, or to look at past submitted invoices. The state uses this tab to keep track of the invoices which are in process, which the agencies are building. One of the nice features is that we can look up an invoice by job number, client name, invoice number, invoice date range, payment date range, and payment number. And the state also uses this screen to build invoices on behalf of the agencies. For example, when the state receives a direct billing from one of the training facilities, we determine which attendees are attributed to which one of our agencies, and thereafter create an invoice so that that agency, so that the facility can get paid, but also so that the agency's TNTA budget balance can be reduced by the cost of the training. So when the invoice is created, the amount is automatically reduced from their budget. Okay, Danielle, if we can go to the payment list. The payment list page is the screen used for the payment of invoices which have been submitted to the state by the agency. After clicking into a submitted invoice, the detailed invoice button produces a printable report with a cover page which includes the total invoice amount and a breakdown of the funding sources. Subsequent pages are a per job breakdown of all the job measures and funding sources associated with the job. The state reviews these jobs on a line-by-line basis for accuracy of funding sources and to determine if the charges are ordinary and reasonable. Once an invoice has been paid, a payment date and number is entered. Once this information is saved in the system, the invoice cannot be released. At any time before a payment date is entered, an invoice can be released back to an agency by selecting the invoice and clicking the delete button. If measures and or costs are questionable, the state will delete a job from the invoice and assign it to a state inspector for monitoring. Our ability to release an individual job from an invoice allows the remainder of the invoice to be paid. Okay, Danielle, if you can bring up the vendor crew list. This screen shows us which vendors and contractors are being used by the agencies and allows us to monitor in order to determine that all contractors' licenses remain current and have not expired. And then there's also a personnel screen, and it's helpful if the agency keeps it current, as it provides us names of crew members so we can monitor the training classes that they are taking or an alternative need to take.
You can go back to the slides.